Mr. Paul Nash called on 15th of June 1940 and told me something about his present ideas for recording the work of the Royal Air Force. He is most anxious to make imaginative reconstructions of aerial fighting, and to this end has provided himself with numerous photographs which he has specifically chosen for their value as material from which he will build his pictures. He intends to aim at producing a picture of aerial fighting on the heels of the event. Emor Dickey, Secretary of the War Artists Advisory Committee, 17th of June 1940.
Dear Dickey, frankly, I am rather disappointed that he has embarked on such a big work at the outset, and it would have seemed to me to be wiser had he confined himself to treating a variety of subjects in very much smaller pictures until such time as he had got to know rather more about the RAF. Yours sincerely, Air Commodore Harald Peake.
My dear Dicky, I've been trying to get off a letter to you about the series of watercolours I've just finished for the Air Ministry. I suggested to Peake a set of 6 or more published in some convenient form under the title The Raiders. I find people react rather well to them. I finished the set in the nursing home. The matron thought they were wonderful. Well, there you are, old boy. Meanwhile, I'm slowly developing my series of aerial creatures. The first instalment of these, almost a dozen drawings, rather smaller than the Raiders, together with a set of my photographs to reinforce them. Best wishes to you as ever, Paul Nash.
Dear Nash, Dicky tells me that you brought to show him on Friday some watercolours of aeroplanes which you would like to have exhibited with the photographs taken by yourself on which they are based. Your 6 beautiful watercolours of crashed German bombers were received with delight by the whole committee. I hope you will like the way they are hung. Yours sincerely, Sir Kenneth Clark, Chairman of the War Artists Advisory Committee, 27th August 1940.
Dear Mr. Nash, I am sorry for the delay in replying to your letter dated September the 22nd. Unfortunately, I was away on a week's leave of absence when your batch of 20 pictures was shown to the Artists Advisory Committee, and I have not, therefore, had an opportunity of seeing them, and I think that I must defer expressing my views on the value of your work as an Air Ministry official artist until I have had the opportunity and pleasure of seeing more than the original 6 pictures which have been hanging in the National Gallery for some time. Yours sincerely, Harald Peake.
Dear Kay, thank you so much for your letter. Please do not think anything would induce me to leave my Air Ministry work, short of positive dismissal or the firing squad. I've never before had such a stimulating adventure as an artist, and of course its possibilities of development are infinite. No, all I want is enough money to keep my modest home alive in order to make the most of my opportunity the Air Ministry job gives me. At the moment I'm embarrassed by debts which had to be incurred. I'm positively anxious just to strike a blow on behalf of the RAF, apart from any triumph of art for its own sake. I've always believed in the power of pictorial art as a means of propaganda. Paul Nash.
Dear Mr. Nash, I am sorry for the long delay in replying to your letter. This has been due to the fact that I have been wanting to see your second large batch of paintings, and, owing to bombs and one thing or another, it was only yesterday that I saw them. To the mind of most pilots, a German aircraft ceases to be of interest when it has been destroyed, and whilst your first set of pictures have undoubtedly made a wide appeal, the second lot are, in my opinion, of much greater interest to those of us who are in the service. As regards the future, you will be aware that the original intention was that official artists should be appointed for 6 months or so, as to enable changes to be made from time to time. The committee thought that it would be a good plan to transfer your activities from the Air Ministry for this purpose at the end of the year. Yours sincerely, Harald Peake, 10th of November 1940.
My dear O'Rourke, this is a blow I was quite unprepared for. I had always understood that my appointment was for a year. The whole of my work has been based on that conviction. I don't think he likes my stuff and probably thinks it's bad form to make pictures of crashed enemy planes. Anyway, I don't want to give up the air job, and it's bloody unfair axing me in the middle of my career. In some haste, Paul Nash.
Dear Paul, the Air Ministry, as you know, do not want to keep you on as their official artist. We have told them how foolish they are in very strong, I might almost say insulting, terms, but I am afraid there are a certain number of them, led by Peake, who yearn for the Royal Academic style, and they are determined to have it. This should not make any difference to you. In fact, it may improve your position. You should be able to go on painting flying subjects as much as you like, but for us, rather than for your former ungrateful employers. I suggest that your future commissions are on a piecework basis. Yours ever, Kenneth Clark, 22nd November, 1940.